Well, now this is a way to start out the year. Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my new Let's Play, Yoshi's New Island. You guys know me, I love the original Yoshi's Island, it's one of my all-time favorite games. Yoshi's Island DS was the follow-up, and it was okay. It introduced some new and cool ideas, but as a game, it was a little underwhelming. Then I got introduced to this game. This came out on the Nintendo 3DS in 2014, and this essentially is kind of capitalizing on the whole new Super Mario Bros. Fad that was kind of going on around that time. Although I think it was kind of like dying down at that point, but yeah, this was kind of the Yoshi series back to basics kind of game. You know, it kind of backpedaled on all the ideas that were introduced in Yoshi's Island DS and kind of tried to return back to its roots while adding, like, you know, some other small gimmicks along the way. And I'm not really sure how I feel about this game, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's a bad game, per se. I just think it's kind of, you know, not reflective of what the original game on the Super Nintendo was. And, you know, normally you shouldn't try to look at games based on their predecessors, but I feel like in a way this game tried to be too much like the original, but kind of lost sight of what made the original such a great game, and also kind of dialed back on the charm quite a bit too. Also, I don't particularly care for the art style and the heavy use of Kazoo for the soundtrack, but those are just things that I personally don't really care for, and there's other things too. But let's not get into it too much. Let's actually kind of get things started here. We'll definitely talk more about this game as we go through it. We are going to go ahead and start a new game here. Select this file. I'm going to play the story mode. Could have also altered the options, but we'll take a look at that later. This is a story that takes place a long, long time ago. Way up in the sky is a magical, cuddly land where babies come from. Storks come here to pick up infants for delivery to their soon-to-be parents. This stork has plenty of memories from his time with these special babies. Now he's off to deliver Baby Mario and Baby Luigi to their new happy home. See, it's like the credits of Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. Huh? Excuse me, but who are these babies? We're not expecting any babies. The couple is surprised and confused by this unexpected delivery. It seems our silly stork has delivered the babies to the wrong house. The wrong house? Oh no! Oh my word, we must get Baby Mario and Baby Luigi to their rightful parents. The stork rushes off in search of their true home. But then... Huh? Whoa! It's Kamek. He's back to steal those babies. The dastardly Kamek swiftly nabs the brothers from the stork. No! What terrible luck! Baby Mario has fallen down toward the big blue sea. Welcome to Egg Island. This floating paradise was once a peaceful second home for the Yoshi clan. Until one day. Baby Bowser took over, deciding the island would be an epic vacation home. The Yoshi clan searched all over but couldn't find Baby Bowser's hideaway. Now they live in fear of the evil power terrorizing their once peaceful home. These Yoshis are all abuzz about where Baby Bowser and his cohorts could be. But what's this? Suddenly, a baby with a red hat floats down from the sky. Thank goodness, little Mario seems to be unarmed by the fall. Or unharmed, sorry. Without skipping a beat, Baby Mario begins to crawl with determination. Wow, using some kind of brotherly telepathy, Mario can sense Luigi's location. The Yoshis agree the island is too dangerous for a little baby. They decide to help by taking turns carrying the little guy on their backs. With Mario settled, the first Yoshi takes off. Can Mario and the Yoshi clan rescue poor Luigi? Let's find out. So there we go. Not only does the story of this game start by completely just canceling out the ending of the first Yoshi's Island game, it also just kind of does the entire story again. It's like the same exact, like, premise. It's like they get one of the babies, the other baby gets to the Yoshis. It's like they really couldn't come up with anything else. Also, excuse me, I'm just altering my layout a little bit. There we go. But yeah, Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, rather, plays very similarly to the other Yoshi's Island games. It's a 2D platformer. You pick a level, you go through the level. 8 levels in a world. You have a boss world in the middle at the end of the world. And yeah, it's pretty much the same. There are, like, other things to mention and other differences, but I'll definitely cover those as we go throughout the game. Let's just go ahead and get started with the first level. World 1-1, Little Eggs, Big Eggs. As opposed to make eggs, throw eggs, but you know, couldn't copy everything from the original. But yeah, unlike Yoshi's Island DS, everything is designated to one screen, and the bottom screen is your kind of like level information. This will be a 100% playthrough, as you probably should expect. It's me, after all. I always tend to go for 100% in these games and in my playthroughs, so why should this be any different? And because I'm going for 100%, that means I need to collect all the stars, or get 30 stars, collect all 20 red coins, and collect all 5 flowers in the level. There is one kind of change about this system, and again, I'll talk about this system later, probably once I finish the level. But yeah, it's pretty much plays the same as the original Yoshi's Island and DS. You move around, you can jump. If you hold the jump button, you can do a little flutter, which will allow you to kind of stay in the air for a little longer. Very, very good for a platforming game of this nature. You can press the X button to fire eggs. There's also different ways you can aim the eggs, too. I just prefer the traditional way of aiming, honestly. The Y button, I know the Y button does something, I just can't do anything right now. And then the B button is the eat button, the tongue button, whatever you want to call it. You can swallow enemies and make eggs with them. And that's pretty much about it. And you can also use the R button to throw eggs as well. I did not want to go back in the pipe, though. I don't know what the game was thinking there. And because this is on the 3DS, you can also choose between the D-pad and the control stick, or the... I don't even know what you'd call that on the 3DS. I don't think it's called a control stick. The left stick, I guess, but there's not really... Well, I guess there is technically a right stick on the new Nintendo 3DS, but that's not exactly what that is. But the red coins, they're actually pretty much like they are in the other games. They're kind of hidden along with the yellow coins, so you have to kind of find them in the stacks of red coin, or in normal coins. And then stars, you can get them from these clouds. You can also get them from, there's like a middle ring at the middle point of every level that will give you 10 stars as well. So you have to be on the kind of the lookout for those clouds as you go through the game. Actually, there's the middle ring right there. I mean, we are pretty much halfway done at this first level. I know it seems like we just started, but these beginning levels are pretty short, not gonna lie. But I mean, even the other games had pretty short beginning levels too, so that's not really saying too much. Also, be on the lookout for hidden clouds. And not just hidden clouds, there's also like hidden like coin spawn points too, where sometimes coins will appear if you like step on a certain location. Red coins can be hidden there in the hidden clouds, like you have to touch the space to find them. Sometimes you can find like, you know, star clouds or even just like flower clouds as well. You really have to look out for things if you want to 100% this game, but I mean that's the way it was in the original too. The original Yoshi's Island is probably one of my all-time favorite games to 100%. It can be a tricky process, and I definitely would recommend those who are trying to do it for the first time, or playing the game for the first time, they just do a normal completion. But for those who love 100%, I've always thought the original Yoshi's Island was a very fair and fun challenge, if I'm being honest. That's just me, though. Also, whenever you jump on an enemy with Yoshi, you can get a nice little boost as well, and that's actually something you can do in the original Yoshi's Island for like speed runs and stuff. But right here, this is a new system for this game. Say hello to the Giant Egg of Doom. This egg is huge. These eggs you cannot fit through small spaces, and let's just say they cause a lot of chaos when you use them. How much chaos do you ask? Well, there you go. If you create a lot of chaos, you can actually get some extra lives, which is kind of nice too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm sure we'll see other things for sure. Oh, you know what? We actually need another giant egg. Thankfully, I allow you to restock these. You don't have just one shot to do this, thank God. That will allow us to go down here, get the final flower, and yep, there's the final red coin. So we have everything in this level, which means we can now complete it. Touch the goal ring, and if the target lands on a flower icon, which it does not, you actually get a another collectible known as egg coins, which I'll talk about that shortly. But one thing I wanted to touch on in regards to 100%ing this game, and this is a change that I actually do really appreciate about Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's New Island, and this is something they'd actually go on to do later on in Yoshi's Woolly World and Crafted World as well. Although you do have to collect all of the, you know, stars, red coins, and flowers to get 100%, you don't necessarily have to do it all in one run. You have to collect each individual collectible in one run. So, like, for example, if you get all the flowers, if you get 30 stars, but if you don't get all the red coins, it'll actually save that you got all the stars and flowers, but it won't mark the red coins. So you just play the level again and only focus on the red coins. Now you will have to collect all the red coins again, which is a little unfortunate, but it will actually save the collectibles you do collect 100% of, and that way you don't have to get everything in one go. So if you want to do something like, if you're doing your first playthrough, if you just want to focus on red coins and flowers and not worry about stars, you can do that, and then just do the level again and just focus on like keeping your stars and not getting hit and everything. So that is a very welcome change. I do really like that, and I'm glad they actually incorporated that, not just for this game, but also for future Yoshi games as well. The second thing I want to talk about is the big Yoshi coins. As you can see on the bottom screen, there's like a little collectible egg icon that says 0 out of 30. whenever you get a flower at the ending goal, you will get how many flowers you collected in amounts of these gold Yoshi coins. So in that level, if we would have gotten the flower, we would have gotten 5 of those egg coins. If you get all 30 of them, or if you get 30 of them in general, not all 30 of them, you will get a bonus game that you can play to get extra lives. That's basically all that is. You don't need to do it. I will showcase all of the levels or all the bonus games at the end of the project, but that's essentially what those are for. So it's a 100% collectible technically, but it's probably not something I'm going to be personally aiming for because there is a little bit of luck involved. It's just you have a better chance of collecting them all if you 100% everything. But that is something else you can aim for if you really want to do that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next level. Chomp Rock and Roll. I'm probably going to do 2 levels per video, I think. I think that sounds like a pretty fair goal to aim for. So, 2 levels per video. This first video, since we had a little bit of introduction, it might be a little bit longer than the next few videos, but that's just okay. So the Chomp Rock is back. Chomp Rock is powerful. It can destroy lots of enemies and other objects. And you can also use it as a stepping stone as well. So we're going to use that to get up here. Sorry I'm kind of ignoring all the little note boxes, but since I kind of know how this game works, I feel like I can probably explain things better than what those note blocks can. So in here, this is just a bonus room where you can collect a few things. Actually, let's do... I think this is just some stars, I think. Yep. So yeah, in this room, whenever you see a room like this, generally you want to just destroy all the enemies in the room. And you'll get like some kind of collectible, usually a flower. But there might be other collectibles in the room too, so you definitely want to kind of go out of your way to get everything you can. This is a pair of winged binoculars. You can use these to help you scout out the area, move your system to look around and down and all around. So yeah, you can use the 3DS's gyro controls to kind of see what you got going on here. Looks like we're definitely going to have like some kind of big egg shenanigans once again. There's also a timer for looking at that for some reason. I don't know why it was so important to have a timer there, but here we are. So here's a big shy guy. You gotta mash the button to get him in your belly, and then you get one of the big eggs. I'm gonna do this first, because I think there is something up here. Okay, that didn't actually do anything, but that's fine. Let's do this again and actually aim for where the game wants us to aim. That should be good enough. I want to say we got everything, so we should be good to go. Okay, so here we have another type of, not really a new gimmick, it's actually technically a gimmick that's been in other Yoshi's Island games as well. But this takes the place of the vehicle transformations that exist. So here, I don't know what you'd call this. Maybe it'll have a name for it when we get here. Looks like some kind of like pickup truck or something. Okay, minecart Yoshi. There we go. Tilt to move. Press any button to jump. Tap, pause to see controls. So yeah, these are just the vehicle transformations. A lot of these are gyro controlled. Maybe even all of them. So you have to kind of tilt the system to turn in the right direction. And in these little levels, you might find collectibles to get, so do your best to collect everything. And one thing that's kind of cool is if you feel like you've missed something, don't finish the area. Like, let time run out. The reason why you want to do that is that if you let time run out, you'll actually go at the beginning of the, like, the door that you enter into that room. and you do it until you complete it. If you complete the thing, like, you'll obviously go to the exit door, and you can't actually go back in. So, if you're trying to collect everything, don't leave that area until you get everything. And one thing that's kind of cool is they actually do keep the collectibles that you collected during your failed attempt, too. So that's kind of nice. So there we go. I think I'll just go ahead and do this. Get a nice flower for our troubles. Okay, I do want to be kind of careful right here because... Actually, wait, is there anything else going on over here? There is not. Okay, let's go ahead and push this back up here. Now, when you push this up here, don't push it too far, because there is actually something that will screw you out of getting 100% if you go too far here. But you can actually jump up this way. Or, not here, but up here. So just don't move it too far. Move it until it's level so it stays put. And then just jump on up here now. Get that. That'll make some coins appear, some of which are red coins. You get a flower up here. I believe this is more stars. And right here, actually, once we push this down, there is actually another cloud that also has stars if you need them, but since we don't need them, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, I think that's everything. I mean, we're still missing a red coin and a flower, but that's fine because they're in here, so we're good. Boom. Grab this, grab all of these, and we're good to go. That's it for this level. Okay, please give us a flower. There we go. You got medals. I swear, they really, really loved the Kazoo during development of this game. They're really, really loving that Kazoo. Okay, so there we go. That is the first two levels. As you can see, we got 5 egg medals, I guess is what they're actually called. And hopefully we can get the other ones, although I think... Actually, can we? Actually, I don't think we can, because you don't get the middle... You don't get the ending ring for 1-4 and 1-8, so... Yeah, if you want to get all of them, you might have to do some replaying, but that's fine. And like I said, you can do them for any of these levels. You don't have to necessarily do the ones that you missed them for, so that's at least something. But yeah, this has been the first episode of Yoshi's New Island. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's not really a amazing game by any stretch, but I do love the original Yoshi's Island. I do have a lot of experience with that game. I can kind of use all of that experience to kind of analyze this game and, you know, kind of see what went wrong. Maybe look at the things that the game did do right. I mean, we definitely highlighted one of those things already. And just look at some other things as well, as we draw parallels between the original and this game, and maybe also to Yoshi's Island DS as well. So, I hope you guys look forward to the journey. This has been SlimKirby, and I will see you guys for the next episode. Later, folks.